Welcome back to the channel. This is WIP Review, which stands for Work in Progress. We are two works in progress.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Dennis.
And we're two best friends who love reacting to music, film, entertainment, anything pop culture. And today we are reacting to
Ed Sheeran's Autumn Variations. It's a new album already.
And it's Ed Sheeran. We have to react to it.
If you don't know, we reacted to his last two albums. We have so many Ed Sheeran reactions, and you kind of have to check them all out. He just released Subtract, so we're a bit surprised.
Yeah.
There's already an album.
This is shocking news.
It's also with the same guy from the last album, from The Nationals, so...
You mean the same producer?
Yeah. Track number 1, Magical.
This is magical. This is magical.
Okay, the concept is kind of basic, but the harmonies are really pretty. I didn't know Harry Styles had a distinct style, but here it is. I really feel like this is giving Harry.
A lot of his slow songs sound very similar, and this song fits right into that collection. He can make a lot of different sounds, yes, but the slow ones tend to have a similar sound, and I'm worried this entire album will be that sound. Because it started off with a very similar sound.
Yeah, not a strong one to start out with.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's cute, but, it's Ed Sheeran.
Brushed by my fingertips.
Yeah, no.
Guys, that was boring.
The verses are really boring.
They're the same, too. I wish there was a little bit of diversity in them.
And he just makes the same notes 2 times in a row, over and over and over and over and over, 6 times in a row.
And the choruses are the same, too.
Oh gosh. Not a strong starter. Track number 2, England.
A lighthouse retired, but a new one was hired. About 20 foot tall, painted in black and white.
I like the
I can imagine him singing this in England, and everyone after him singing this is England.
I feel like people from England would really love this jam.
Yeah, it's like a little love note to his home.
Yeah, which is cute.
Yeah, and some of the lyrics are pretty nice.
In the land of the wise, it's a new day, and this is England.
Yeah, I think the lyrics are really sweet in this one. I think, again, melody-wise, all that stuff, sound-wise, it's not really that interesting. And I don't really like the melody of the chorus. I think it's kind of lullaby-esque. I don't know, it's just yeah, it's not repetitive in a catchy way. It's a repetitive in a boring way. I think that there's a difference, and so... But the lyrics I really enjoyed in this one. I think it's really cute. And I think even if you're not from England, it's kind of sweet, him talking about finding peace in a place. Everyone has that one place that brings them peace, and it's nice to have him write a love letter to where he's from. Track number 3, Amazing.
I wish I was a strong boy, head in the sand.
I like that. I wish that I could feel amazing, but this is all that I can feel today. It's good.
The idea of the chorus is nice. I don't love how it sounds. I like the verses better than the chorus. I feel like it just goes back to more basic sound. The verse is more interesting. The lyrics they're okay. They're not out of this world, but yeah, like you said, the chorus is a nice idea.
I just don't really think I love the word amazing. I feel like there could have been something else that was used there. It's hard to sing the word amazing.
Amazing grace.
Clearly, we're really great vocalists.
I wish I could feel amazing, but this is all that I can feel today.
Ed Sheeran's older audience, I feel like they might like this album. Because, people like us who review music all the time, we're looking for something to be exciting, dynamic. I'm looking for something interesting all the time. But people who just really love listening to Ed Sheeran, I feel like might be maybe not his older audience, but I feel like diehard Ed Sheeran fans, they're gonna like this album because it feels light and airy, and a lot of his songs have been feeling like the last album was pretty sad, so I think they're gonna like this album.
Track number 4, Plastic Bag.
Saturday night is giving me a reason to rely on the strobe lights.
I think this is the best one from the others so far. I mean, England was great lyrically, but I think musically the sound's more different. Mm-hmm. And he's actually louder. He's belting almost. And the pre-chorus, I liked the melody of it. It was nice.
Yeah, we love Ed's voice. Anytime a song highlights his voice, is just interesting. I want to hear more of that. And the other songs weren't really doing that. But again, sometimes that's not the point of a song. Sometimes it's supposed to be like England, relaying a message, a love letter of sorts.
Now stay steady, balance on the rope. I guess that I'm not ready.
The second verse was really solid.
Yeah, it was
super
a very good verse.
Yeah. We love Ed because not only is he just like a super talented musician, what comes with being a good lyricist is that ability to paint a picture. And that was a really good verse that described that feeling super well.
This is by far the strongest song so far. Like,
Absolutely.
It's not even a competition.
Yeah.
If I maybe put it in the last album, it would be an okay song because the last album had like so many pretty good songs. But among the songs here, this is like a solid good song. Track number 5, Blue.
Silence is never golden.
I don't get it. No, just kidding.
Well, maybe he's saying it, probably not, but maybe he's saying like silence isn't golden, like it isn't a great thing, it's just blue. Golden is something like, people idealize, people want it, people strive for it.
His voice is just so dynamic. Like, I just don't understand. Like, his range is crazy. And it also, in the first verse, he did this little, he sang super high and then went into his mix so effortlessly. Ed, you never cease to amaze me.
Happiness is all you know. All kind of holding on.
This is kind of random, but in Renee Rapp's album, when she was singing, a lot of her songs felt like they were almost ad-libbed. And I think that there's a level of talent that comes from that. And while Ed is like such a great vocalist, I kind of wish that there was more of that, like a little bit of play. Like, he did a couple of runs here and there, which I thought were great, but like, I don't know, I kind of wish when you're singing something that's this repetitive, maybe adding a couple more runs, even at the end, just to give it a little bit of something extra, a little spice.
Track number 6, American Town.
We get Chinese food in small white boxes. Live the life we saw in Friends. Your room, it barely fits the mattress.
This is cute.
I feel like with the song he could have just like done like, wow, like a faded something of him like yelling or something. I don't know, some
Like
more
some
texture.
some honking of taxis or something.
We know that he reconnected with his wife in New York. It really shows, you can tell, even if you didn't know that story, you can tell from the song. It's really descriptive and it's really lovely, the verse.
We drink Moscow mules and steal the cups from mostly the Bowery Bar. What a perfect day to fall in love.
I feel like there was slightly a missed opportunity to make it sound like more New York and meets English sounds. I feel like there could have been a way to make it, I don't know, when I think New York, I think like electric sounds, like I think like a lot of heavy, like electric guitars, basses. And when I think England, I think of like that classic like guitar, the kind of thing that Ed always is kind of leaning towards. So I feel like there could have been a way to fuse both of those to get the mix of the American music and the English music.
Ed Sheeran has always been good at writing love songs, and this is no different. It's not surprising that, the second song that's good on this album is a love song to his wife. That's very sweet. I think also just there's a lot of lyrics in here that are just so adorable. But even like the more basic ones are really lovely too, where he's like, it's a perfect day to fall in love. Like, that's just such a sweet sentiment.
I love that.
Track number 7, That's On Me.
Can't remember the day I've been sober. Not in a place to take blame. Any more way I might break.
I don't know how I feel right now. I think that there are some really solid lyrics in here. I wasn't expecting it to sound like this. But yeah, I guess there's like, some sadness and taking the blame for something. I really love it when artists use like common phrases in lyrics, because then it makes me like think back to the song. So I hope that this gets stuck in my head, because I'm gonna think about this song all the time.
I love when Ed does his fast stuff. I think it just sounds really cool, and of course it's reminiscent of his beginning albums. But I do enjoy, the only thing I thought it was going into a beat. I thought it was going to hit, and then it was going to be like I thought that's where the sound was going, because it's a little light throughout in terms of like the instrumentation.
Knowing the calm, it won't last. Being a mouse in this grass, feeding the snakes behind us. Is it new me, new year, or just the same old blues fit?
Okay, Bridge. That was very good.
Ed, get out of here.
That was like lyric after lyric after lyric that were good.
A lot of this is repeating, like the verses and the chorus. But, like, he has such great lyrics. Like, who even cares? Don't make it sound the same. Like, it doesn't need to, like, be a radio hit. Like, I feel like it doesn't need to be so, like I said in the other songs, too. Like, it doesn't need to be so repetitive. Like, do something different. Like, switch it up. Because these lyrics are so good. Like, who cares?
But I know he likes this producer because he thinks he creates, like, soundscapes, almost, like, sound environments. But so far, I don't think I really agree. Because, I mean, I'm sure he does, but on these songs, it just all is very... The songs feel like they're not as complex as they can be in terms of sound. Like, this song lyrically is great, and the idea of the sound is good, but it's just not... It's underdeveloped. There isn't any texture to it. It's just very repetitive. Track number 8, Page.
Now I'm chasing the cracks so I can let the light in.
I liked his second vocal on the chorus. I think his voice sounded really lovely there. I think sound-wise, like the lonely, like that was kind of nice. But I feel like the song is like 4 songs in one. Like, I think it began with like that metaphor of a book or whatever, and I feel like he's really good at extended metaphors. So I thought it would go throughout the song, but instead, like halfway through the verse, he changed to a completely different topic. Then in the chorus, there was like 3 different topics he went on. And I feel like the song, like, he had like 2 lyrics from a bunch of different songs, extras, and he just put them all in one song. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I got super confused, and then I completely just wasn't really listening anymore because I wasn't following what was going on. Yeah, I don't have anything to say. I need to focus more. I think because of that change in topic, I kept searching for the, like you're saying, the extended metaphor, like the longer meaning.
For a moment of glory, I would risk all I am.
I like that. I thought he was going to say, like, oh, I should turn the page and move on. But instead he said he's stuck on the page. I also like the lyric about, that the verses start with the same line about the half-read story. Maybe it's like, he's saying like it's a book, so it's filled with different stories, different chapters, and that's why it's so all over the place. But I think I'm just giving him an excuse for why it's all over the place.
It was really all over the place.
But I still think lyrically it's not terrible. Like, there are separate lyrics that I'm like, oh, nice.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't... It's not cohesive, really.
Yeah.
Track number 9, Midnight.
'Cause even the worst days of my life will always end at midnight in your arms.
That was so cute. I'm sorry, but like these midnight songs these days are like, nothing good happens after midnight, baby, I'll wait for you. Yeah. This is so sweet.
That is I did not know this is where it was going. This is what we mean by you take like a common sentiment, common phrase, and you just kind of like surprise the audience. I would say that I liked the verse and how it kind of sounded. It sounded kind of different. Then it got into the pre-chorus and it like really shocked me why it was sounding like that, and I didn't like that. It just sounded really weird. Like, it just went like, da, da, da. Like, it sounded like every other Ed Sheeran song, for some reason stuck into this one.
Yeah.
It's natural to be consumed with unrelenting fear.
But, like, the unrelenting fear, that was odd. That's, like, a very odd phrase to put in a song. Yeah. Unrelenting fear.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I don't know.
It's odd. The song is not... It's a little underdeveloped.
Yeah, again, I like the guitar, though. I think it sounds great. Yeah, we're just getting a little bit delusional by the middle of this album, truly. I mean, there's just not... I'm waiting for, like, a standout song.
There were 2 that were okay.
Yeah, but, like, there's no, like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's no song that I'm like, oh, yeah.
But the lyrics have been all good throughout.
Yeah.
So that's good. Track number 10, Spring.
Holding out for spring. We can't let winter win.
I like this one. It's kind of reminding me of Noah Kahan a little bit, but I wish it was almost like more Noah Kahan. Yeah, just giving me that Noah Kahan, like, kind of folkiness, guitar-y feeling. That does remind me of Autumn, so it's funny that the song is called Spring.
Unlike the last 2 songs, which were disjointed and not cohesive, this song is very cohesive. There's a very clear idea through it all, and I think it's really lovely. I like the lyrics throughout. I think this is another pretty good song. Like, the store's opening and closing, like, always hoping for that future because now it feels so dark. And that representing in like literally winter and spring and seasonal depression, or like the metaphor of being in the state of winter in your head and wanting to reach that end of the tunnel happiness.
I could be unwell, but then again, maybe I'm just depressed.
Yeah, I think some of the lyrics are really nice in this song.
Sometimes you just need that time to be in a state of feeling down, and sometimes that's okay, you know. And then having the idea that you can push through, even that is enough.
Track number 11, Punchline.
All I was a route to change. Is this just going up?
I'm a little confused when the verses stop and the chorus starts.
Yeah, nothing is different. It's all the same. Yeah, I don't really get what he's saying, because he's saying, like, put me down into my place. Like, is what he's saying, like, someone's, like, making fun of him. He's, like, the punchline of some joke.
Maybe he's saying because he's so down, being the punchline, maybe he's his own punchline. He keeps knocking himself down. I don't know, guys. The ending, good.
Yeah, last chorus is very good.
Different. I also love the echoing in the background. Like you were saying before, I feel like that could have been used in so many other songs in this album, but like...
And I guess what he's saying is he's the punchline because he feels like this whole, like, I guess the relationship ended up being a joke, in the sense that it ended up not working out. So he feels like the whole time he was just the punchline, which is an interesting idea, again. But I think the song is really flat and way too long to get to the ending. The ending is nice, and I wish it was more dynamic throughout. Track number 12, When Will I Be Alright?
Losing hope and all reason, when will I be alright?
I love the instrumentation. I think it's really pretty. His voice also sounds super good, but again, it's just that same flat. There's no dynamics in the song at all.
I think it's nice that the When Will I Be Alright in the verses and then in the chorus as well to like be like it's an interesting idea, I think. Again, lyrically. A lot of these songs I'm just speaking about lyrically because musically they're not that great. This one, like you said, the instrumentation is kind of nice because it has some more traditional sounds from there, but it's still really flat and it just feels like there's nothing happening.
I tried my best to stop believing. I wonder about the arms she's in.
I don't think this was the intention, but I'm gonna make it up to make it sound like this was his intention. Like, it's almost like this is someone's stream of thoughts. Like, when they're going to sleep, it can feel like just a lulling, like, repetitive, over and over again, like, conversation you're having with yourself. So I think in that sense, if that was the idea, which I don't think it is, but if it was, that's pretty interesting. And I think that would be cool to see if this was the only song that was like this on the album. But unfortunately, it's not. Track number 13, The Day I Was Born.
They don't want to celebrate. Nobody cares. This is the day I was born.
I don't know. I like the idea. I like that he didn't say birthday in the beginning. I like that he said the day I was born and then used birthday. I mean, there are some songs that like start with birthday, but I think the fact that he just used like the expanded version of it made it feel like, I don't know, like there was even more loneliness associated with that phrase.
Again, it's another song where I expected it to mean something else, and then it surprised me with where it went. And I also like the fact that it's a fairly upbeat, slow song. Like, it sounds kind of happy. It's like almost like a bittersweet happy, the way he's singing it. So it's nice to see the juxtaposition of those two sounds.
Oh, but I guess I could feel lower, heading down, and now I'm on a road.
I like the line, I feel low, but I guess I could feel lower. I mean, it's sad.
Like always, Ed Sheeran knows how to describe things that I'm sure a lot of people feel. Sonically, it's not groundbreaking. It's not that interesting. It's okay. But lyrically, he never misses, really. There's always great lyrics in this song, and this is not an exception. Track number 14, Head, Heels. Maybe head is greater than heels, head over heels, unclear.
Turn to face the window. trace the contours of her back.
This one's pretty solid. The lyrics are good. I like the choir and the background of the chorus. Yeah, this one's pretty good. One of my favorite songs is Your Body is a Wonderland by John Mayer. It's just such a good song. But when he was saying, like, the moonlight and the contours of her back, like, it's just so descriptive. It reminds me of that song, and I think it's great.
Yeah, I thought that line was really pretty, and then him saying, shed the skin that guards the man. Mm. It's just really, really beautiful lyrics. Musically, it sounds really lovely. And just the idea of, like, crashing in head and heels, like, going head first into that feeling. And I also like that he's ending the album on a positive note.
Unrequited love songs.
This song is definitely solid and one of the 3-4 songs that are pretty good on this album.
This album, I didn't know what to expect in this album, but this being the first album after his whole mathematics era, it's interesting.
And the first album on his own record label.
So it's an interesting album. I will say that, like we said, sonically, not my favorite. It's just not, these are not types of songs that I gravitate towards, but I'm sure that there's a whole audience who would love these, like, simple melodies. And I don't mean simple in a bad way, I mean simple in a pretty way. His lyrics are really the highlight of all of his songs, so I do think that they do shine in all of these songs. You can absolutely feel the lyrics that he's putting out there. I just wish sonically there was a little bit of difference in some of the songs, because they do sound similar, a lot of them.
I feel like the album has 3-4 songs that are pretty solid that I liked. The rest kind of blend together. Unfortunately, I don't think I would listen to any of these songs again. Maybe a couple. While the last 2 albums, there are still songs I listen to and enjoy. So in that sense, it's probably my least favorite of the 3 that we listen to. But that also doesn't necessarily mean this album is bad. It just means that maybe it doesn't align as much with our musical taste. The lyrics are always top tier. He never fails with lyrics.
They're unmatched.
They're really incredible. He knows how to describe things so beautifully, and regardless of what he releases, I think we'll listen and we'll still appreciate the art that he makes. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you want to be notified every time we post a new video. Also, follow us on Instagram and TikTok for exclusive reactions and behind-the-scenes content.
Make sure to leave a comment down below because we like and read our comments always.
Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye.